This one. That's what we're doing.
I want to try CJ. CJ shit.
Dynasty downtown there. Same spot.
Welcome to the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Buckeyes will kick it away first. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll try the run. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Fighting off the defender. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Here's the give off the left side. Breaks the tackle. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
When you're facing a big running back like this, you better get everybody to the football. Because when he's that big, he's going to break tackles. So you got to get a hold of him. The next guy, get a hold of him. Strap it on so it puts so much pressure on him and you can get him to the ground.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. Open space at the 25. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. They're lining up to boot it away. Just one of those mistakes that can't happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. Looking for a crease, it's Best. He's knocked down in the backfield, he'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Intercepted. Bringing it back.
Bro, this weak-ass signal is fucking right.
Good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Now on the option. He'll toss it. And he has a solid game before the defense bottles him up.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. On the option. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult for him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming. You don't let that speed get to the outside.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And it's picked off. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Little too much juice on that one from the junior.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his man down the middle. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
Yeah, and obviously great play by the offense to keep the drive alive, and also a good find by the quarterback on 3rd down.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Snap it to the back. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. A lot of urgency for this offense. Quarterback keeps it. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down. The Buckeyes are on the move. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Using his legs its best. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Tackled after picking up the 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. The play action fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. He'll get rid of it. He's got it. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the point after is good. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll go to the ground. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the first period. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a third and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Soft spot in the middle. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain its fourth down. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that fourth down throw, and I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Quick completion to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. On second down, they'll take to the air. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things, and with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Lets it fly deep downfield. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that. Nice job.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Baylor has the lead right now, but even though we've heard sick 'em a bunch, this has been a nip-and-tuck affair inside McLean Stadium. They're up by 4 over Missouri. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Give to the running back. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Give to the back.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
What a snag by the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Wide out in motion. Defense looks as if it's coming. Back to the ground with the running back. stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and running QB and so many things to look at.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Here comes the offense on second down. The pitch to the left. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Clemson is quick to the line. The pull and throw off the RPO. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
The Tigers trying to cash it in on first and goal. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators will tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He'll ride his man on the option. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
A designed run for the quarterback. Stumbled to the ground. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Calls his own number. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this run. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Oh my God, bro. What a terrible fucking throw. What a terrible fucking throw. Get out the fucking game, bro.
Return on the pick.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room.
You better outrun him.
Inside the 30. 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. What a great play by the defense, and paying it off with the interception return. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. These corners backing off a bit. On second down, he'll let it fly. Tight end finds a soft spot. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to it. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Number 14 sets a kickoff.
He'll bring it out. It's Akbar. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
His name is Akbar.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this third quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if you're on offense, let's just stay out of our way and find out what happens here in the second half. We're not even giving ourselves a chance because we keep turning the football over. If we can do that, we've got a chance to come back in this game.
I think it's a crazy balance between being really aggressive in the second half and finding ways to make plays, but also not shoot ourselves in the foot, right? Like, they didn't live well on that in the first half. Let's see if they can be a little bit more aggressive while still taking care of the football.
Offense getting set for first down. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. He wants to pass it on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Best. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and then bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
We got lucky.
And now on second down for this offense.
Bro, it is lagging and I can't throw RPO. That's so fucking annoying.
It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
What type of weak
All
shit
you're
is
trying
that,
to
bro?
do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Taking it the other way.
Bro, this nigga's Wi-Fi keep fucking up the game, bro.
The defense
This shit is
puts 6
lagging.
on the board with a big-time interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too.
So
Look at this.
weak,
I
though.
show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Baylor has the lead right now, but even though we've heard sick 'em a bunch, this has been a nip and tuck affair inside McLean Stadium. They're up by 4 over Missouri. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's going to pass on second down. Got his man in the middle. And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry up.
Really nice throw there to get the first down. And, you know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense. And you got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the first round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a first-rounder in the future.
Quick strike complete. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They'll throw it on first down. Finds his man. It's Best. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got his man quickly. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. Fast motion from the offense. On the move. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Using his feet. Touchdown Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's
dumbass legs,
almost
man.
ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
It'd be different if it was consistent.
Here he comes from inside his own 5.
Damn.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The give to the back. On the move is a 30. And he's running in the open. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. They say you could call holding on every play.
Oh, that came out so late. I'd be sick. Oh, my goodness.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. The run to the left.
Damn,
They
man.
make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of
What
what
is
they
going
need to
on?
move the sticks.
want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. They'll give it to the back. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Now on second down. Goes to the option. Moving past the 25. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And this defense knew coming into the game with this quarterback's speed, David, they were going to have to be ready for him to tuck the ball and take off running.
But it doesn't matter. You know it, but he's so fast. You don't know about the angles, and you can't tell how fast till you get in the game. And he just takes off and makes big plays.
And the ball is out.
Get that shit.
Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that.
Oh,
that will
for real.
absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game because that hit is what caused that fumble.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Line getting set on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying play action. He makes the connection. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And it's picked off for the third time today. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
So
Looks as
his
if we
leg
have an
and he got
injury
hurt.
on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Out of the shotgun on third down. And that's incomplete.
Fucking
A
buster,
defender
bro.
all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He's got it, and they convert. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll throw it on first down. Finds his man. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Clemson 28, Ohio State 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Fires to the middle. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I seen him just standing there.
Exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Baylor has the lead right now, but even though we've heard sick 'em a bunch, this has been a nip-and-tuck affair inside McLean Stadium. They're up by 11 over Missouri. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through
Oh, my
adversity after that
goodness.
last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. Man, if you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Keeps the legs moving. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
And I love these offensive coaches going right back to your guy. I believe in you. Just because you fumbled doesn't mean I'm not going to give you the football.
Yeah, he's repaying the favor right now to this coaching staff as well. And doesn't it just seem like he's running with a little bit more juice? He looks like he's ticked off.
They'll try the right side. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Wants to fire on second down. Got his man downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing curl routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Tackled immediately after the catch.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
Touchdown, Clemson! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. The AT unit on the field. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a...
He lets it fly.
Oh my God, bro.
Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off.
This game is so fucking whack. This game is so fucking whack.
After a good return on the interception.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games.
So
interception number 2. This quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the offense. They'll try the right side. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree. Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14.
This game is so whack, bro. I just had a touchdown in my... That's so whack. And the next play to do is wide open and he underthrew it.
The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds. An excellent field position for this offense. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got a man, it's Coffee. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. Get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Pocket starts to collapse. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run play action. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the 2nd half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
They're going to throw it again. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And the defensive coordinator was really pleased with his unit after registering 3 sacks last week. He wanted to add a few more wrinkles in their blitz packages to see if they could build on that in this game. So far, they hadn't gotten to the QB until that last play just now. Now let's find out if they can crank up the heat.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Fires to the middle. It's incomplete.
It was fucking lagging, bro. That shit was so lame.